You've landed in the confidence zone with Susan Axelrod, the confidence coach. This is a place for topics of information and inspiration, a place to support you to find your confidence, get bold, and get going. Activation is needed today at all levels. Don't wait for someone else to lead. Lead now where you are with what you have. Your energy and enthusiasm matters. Believe it or not, it impacts all of us. Find your confidence, get bold, and get going.
Hello, friends. Well, I just completed an 83-page textbook for my own business class. Several years ago, in a difficult personal year for myself, I had a good financial year, a good year in business as a coach. At the end of that year, when I did my financials, I said, wow, what happened? How did I do this, considering what was going on in my personal life? So I spent time really thinking about this question, asking myself, what had I done this year? How did it go? How did those activities develop, etc.? And I realized that there were several factors involved with my success. And I put them all together. This was in 22, before AI was a thing, really, a mainstream thing that we were all using, or 21, actually. And I realized I had a business system. And I looked at it, I read it through, I thought about it, and I said, is this a thing? Is this real? And I said to myself, yeah, I think it is. It is a thing. It is real. It is a system that helped me have a great year in business despite personal difficulties. I called it the intuitive business system. I started vetting it right away, sharing it with clients. I'm often hired by women in particular, but not just women, also men who are going into business for themselves, either a small business or becoming a single entrepreneur, a solopreneur. And I was getting good feedback and good resonance. And as I got feedback, I refined the system a bit. And then I had an opportunity to put it all together, working with Cornelia Stephanie and the Cornelia Stephanie Media Group. She offered an opportunity for me to share my business system with the group. And so I put it all together and I made a presentation, and I think 6 people from the group signed up. They paid me, they signed up, and then I had my first group to teach my business system. At that time, I called it a group. Very shortly after we had gotten started, I realized this is a business class. It's a business class that you're not going to find in business school. It can only be taught by someone who has really been there, done that. And from that time on, I called it a business class. Then I put it together and I put it on my website, and it was official. I have my own business class. When I talk about this, people say, oh, where do you teach your class? Thinking that I'm going to talk about some business school. And I say, I teach it online. I teach it personally to individuals who hire me to work with me in my class. And I teach it in small groups. I never do large group things. I always like intimate group or intimate classes. And so for the last several years, I've been doing this. I've had several different small classes. I've worked with many people on my business system. And this year, once I really broke through in AI, which you know my story, if you got my AI handbook for women leaders, my AI confidence handbook for women leaders, I started using AI on my own material, not fabricating bullshit from stealing other people's material, but really reviewing my own material, putting my own material into AI and really working with it and refining it. And I realized that as I was in this process, I was actually creating a textbook. And I was amazed and I was having so much fun because I kept thinking about you. I kept thinking about you. If you have been trying to start a business for yourself or become a solopreneur, usually a coach or some kind of service-based business, and you just don't know how to get to it. I didn't either for many years. I did it all wrong. I got it all wrong. I failed repeatedly. And I myself uh, uh, studied a lot, found coaches, followed people, got advice that usually wasn't very good, and then eventually allowed my intuition to take over. And so all of that rich experience, breadth of knowledge, I have now codified in my own textbook. So I want to tell you that I have been following Seth Godin for many, many years. If you know me, you know I quote him all the time. I'm talking about more than a decade, probably reading his daily emails, etc. I have been listening to the Mel Robbins podcast. I have some thoughts about Mel, but I will say she gives everything. She gives her all in her podcast interviews, and so I've been listening to them with appreciation. And I've been learning and growing from them. I'm 63 and I've been in business for myself for 25 years. I've been working as a coach for 10 years, but you're never too old to learn and grow from other people sharing wisdom. And today I had just completed my own textbook for my own business class on my own business system. And I heard Mel Robbins ask Seth, what is it about that thing that you really want to do? Why is it so hard? Why does it get stuck in you? And he said, I have two words: pick yourself. And I stopped. I sort of came to awareness. I came to consciousness and I was like, what? Wait a second. What did he say? Because if you know me, if you follow me, if you've worked with me, you know that I have this thesis. I have this thought, this practice, and this experience that if you are truly in your intuition space, then you can be confident, you can be clear, you can be sure that you're offering high value information, sharing your actual wisdom gleaned and gained. And yes, you can decide that you are enough. You can decide that you are good enough to create a business class, to put together a business system, and yes, to even write an 83-page textbook filled with information, exercises, strategies, tips, and tools to support you in your own business. So I went back to the podcast, the tab with the podcast, and I replayed their little interchange over and over. And I said to myself, wow, I've really learned from Seth Godin. And wow, I've really learned from my own teaching, which is personal confidence. I am the confidence coach, and I help people feel more confident in life and in business. And so this all just came together. This is real time. I'm speaking to you. I'm live today. It's whatever day it is. It's Wednesday, and whatever time it is, it's nearly 2:00 my time. And I was not just moved, but compelled to come here to you. I'm going to tag that podcast conversation in this video so you can listen to it for yourself. Seth Godin is famous. Mel Robbins is famous. I'm not so famous. I'm just the one who comes here live and shares helpful, useful information so that you can feel more confident, and especially so that you can share your own wisdom gleaned and gained. I am fierce about sharing this information. I'm fierce about working with younger professionals, millennials, Gen Z, to really support them to break through very strong difficulties that they have in their lives, for them to feel confident and happy and calm, perhaps starting businesses for themselves. I wanted to come here and ask you, What is that thing that you want to do? Do you want a YouTube channel? So did I. In 2015, 16, 17, became a coach in 2014, 15, 16, 17. By 17, 18, I wanted a YouTube channel. I didn't know how to make a YouTube channel even then, not that long ago, but I made a decision. I am going to start doing videos next year. It was the end of the year. I started in January, and I gave myself permission to take an entire year to do videos that would just populate into the YouTube channel, which I figured out how to set up. It's not really that hard. I had something in me that I wanted and really needed to share from my own experiences of my life and my work. And it was in my intuition space. So I really knew and felt that it was valuable and helpful. So I did just that. I set up a YouTube channel, I called it something, and then I got StreamYard, and I just started doing live videos. I went live every day for 3 years, live at 5 with the confidence coach, Susan Axelrod. And my videos just started populating in. Eventually, I got a podcast. I can't remember when I had my first podcast, maybe 2019. And now I've had 7 podcasts. I've actually just last week published my 7th book in my series. I didn't have any of this. I didn't know how to do it. I just wanted it. I want to leave you with the thing that I heard Seth Godin say that made me come to attention and play the little bit on repeat. And that was, don't wait to be asked by someone else. He said, people wait to be asked. They wait to be discovered. They wait to be found. And boy, do I know that story. I was waiting for years for someone else to find me. Eventually, someone did find me from Transformation Talk Radio. She contacted me. She sold me a podcast. I paid a lot for it, but I got trained. I figured it out. I figured out the whole system. It was a great investment for myself. And then I felt more confident, and I have been on an extreme journey since then that led to writing an 83-page textbook for my own business class. Who am I to have a business class? Someone who believes in my material. It's proven. It's a proven method, a proven system. And I'm sitting in my little bungalow in Sedona, which is what I have to show for it. And so I'm not trying to be all that to make you feel like, oh, she's so lucky. No, I'm not so lucky. I just worked hard. I really did. Somehow inside, deep down, I was highly motivated. I am disciplined. I know it's not easy to have discipline today, but I did work my ass off. I just kept showing up. Also, I failed. I failed a lot. And I've had so many disappointments. I've created so many things that have never gone anywhere. Nobody has signed up for them, this and that, all the things. I've done it all. And, but still, because I'm in my intuition space, my business system is called the Intuitive Business System. I know deep down that what I'm sharing and teaching is high value. And you know what? I don't apologize for selling. I love it. I want you to think about buying it. I want you to take my business class. I want you to work with me as a coach. I tell everybody and their brother because it's so fun and amazing and the outcomes are so extreme. I'm not trying to apologize for selling to you. If you're not the right person for me, pass on by, carry on with your day. But every now and then someone hears me and says, you know what? I want to work with you. And the thing that inevitably that they say is, wow, you are the real deal. And that's why I came here. This is my dog's chair. I'm actually sitting in my dog's chair because it's near a beautiful window, if you can see it. And I was so tired. I was very tired and drained. I wrote an 83-page textbook, and it's been I probably put in about 100 hours. And then you know what happened? Oh gosh, I'm just going to say this. I know this is long content. I'm not apologizing for long content. I know you like 30-second reels. I don't do short. I do long because I want to be with you. I want you to be with me. I want you to stick with me. I want you to learn from everything here. So what happened was this. Okay, here's a secret. I'm just going to tell you. This is the truth. And that is this. I'm working on this freaking textbook for like 4 weeks. Okay, granted, it's not really that long a time because I'm working fast because I'm highly motivated. But I put in 100 hours on this thing. And then I began to have a thought. This really happened. I began to have a thought. What happens if nobody reads this book? What happens if all this time is wasted? And I was like, oh crap, that would suck. Excuse my French. And then do you know what I did? Then I used my own tools from the book I published last week called Your Mind is Yours. And I got my mind back into my own control. And I said, that's a thought that I'm having that I can reframe. And I immediately started reframing my thoughts. And I said, this is a great book. It's going to be a great resource for anybody who takes this class. And the book is free. It comes with the class. The class is affordable because honestly, I don't overcharge because I couldn't afford things. I couldn't afford all these things, these fancy, expensive things. And it was very disappointing and difficult for me. So I really offer affordable prices. And this book is just going to be included. It's going to be a download, a PDF, and you can download it a little bit at a time as you need it. It's like a workbook with exercises in it. It's really amazing. And, so I had that thought, what if nobody reads it? What if it doesn't get used? I would have wasted all this time. Then I said to myself, oh no, that dark energy. No, I'm not going to have negative thoughts. I'm going to have positive thoughts. And I'm going to know this textbook is going to be downloaded. It's going to be used, and it's going to change the lives of people who want to figure out how to do better in their own businesses. I call it growing your financial accounts from your own business. That's what I've done. That's what I teach. And that's what happens with the people who take my business class. So I wanted to come on and share this with you today. I'm drained but excited. Now I have to do the next thing. I made it into a PDF, and there's all these steps. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's not easy. And now I'm going to upload it into the G Drive. I'm going to change the whole business class thing. I have to make new graphics for my website, all that stuff. But that's easy. It's mindless and fun. And I'm so excited about doing it that I'm highly motivated. You can bet that's going to be done by the end of today. And so that when you go to my website and you find the business class, you're going to see the availability of this amazing workbook. But right now, I'm going to go out and walk because I'm tired and drained, and I need energy for this and other things that I'm working on. And getting out in nature is good for me. Getting outside creates good energy. Self-care is absolutely vital in business. And that's what I'm going to do. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for staying in my long form content conversation with you. If you want to make comments, I'm happy to read them and respond to you. If you're interested in my business class, I'll drop the link here, but the textbook isn't up yet, but it will be. And I'd love to have you check it out. You can contact me and ask me questions, or just register for it. It's a really good deal. All right, friends, that's it for today. I just want to say, in the words of Seth Godin, pick yourself. Don't wait to be found, because you'll wait forever and you may never be found. And all that's in you would be lost. So pick yourself. Take care.